Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are talking about We Have Always Lived in the Castle. This is a 2016 thriller horror which focuses on the Blackwood family, specifically the daughters Mary, or Mary Cat as her family calls her, and Constance, played by Thaisa Farmiga, and Alexandra Daddario. I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. But you'll know Thaisa mostly from American Horror Story fame, and Alexandra, who's been in a number of things, including the Percy Jackson franchise. The film takes place sometime after the tragic death of their family. Both their parents and their aunt are murdered. We've come to find out later on that they were actually poisoned, and it's believed by the town that Constance is the one that did it. She even goes to trial and kind of admits to doing it, but she is let off just mainly due to her beauty and wealth. Their father was extremely wealthy. Their family lives in this castle on top of this hill above a small town, kind of Edward Scissorhands style, and they basically hide out there because of their wealth and their father's disdain for those below him and the way that he treated the people of the town, and then the rumors surrounding their deaths. They are just very hated by this town. We see scenes where Mary is sent into town to go kind of do the grocery shopping for the week, and she is constantly bullied by the townspeople, and we find out little reasons here and there why, but generally the majority of this film takes place within this castle that they live in. So if you are someone that really likes films like that where it's just kind of all takes place in this one location, especially like Castle Center, it kind of reminded me a little of I'm the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. Similar kind of vibes to that. Crimson Peak was another film that popped up when looking at under the similar films. So if those are two films that interest you, this might as well. It also stars Crispin Glover, of course, another fantastic actor as their uncle who escapes being poisoned that night. It also stars Sebastian Stan, who as their cousin Charles, who just kind of shows up under this guise of trying to help everybody, which he is definitely part of why this was like on my to watch list. It's been on my to watch list for a little while, so when I was scrolling trying to find something to watch, popped up, decided to go ahead and give this one a shot. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of Sebastian Stan, so he's definitely a big part of why I decided to watch this film. Now, the characters themselves are all quite interesting. We have, like I said, these two sisters, and Mary really just kind of like keeps to herself and her sister. That's really all that she cares about, is focused on. She believes that she is able to cast these kind of spells, which she does to try to protect them from the outside world, protect their house and their family. And then Constantine, who's constantly putting on a bit of a brave face almost. She's kind of just in denial about everything, which we find out later on that she knows more than she leads on, which I don't really want to get into kind of all of those details because I feel like there's a lot that could be spoiled about this, and I do think that it is worth watching. But she is just constantly in a state of like smiling and just trying to kind of do whatever to make everyone around her happy, putting on a bit of a fake facade. And whenever something does go wrong, she constantly tries to just like shut it down and get everything to going back to being pleasant and happy. And then their uncle Julian, and he is kind of stuck in the past. Every day he talks about writing a book about what happens, but he every day is replaying the events and his ideas for writing this book without ever actually doing it. He's kind of in a sense reliving what happened that day. And then their cousin Charles, like I said, played by Sebastian Stan, he comes in this kind of facade of trying to help them, but there's definitely something darker about him going on underneath, which again, I don't really want to get into all that because I don't want to completely spoil it, but he definitely has a bit of a darker side. Everyone in this just does a really fantastic job. They really do truly have a great cast of actors in this. They all do a fantastic job of taking on these roles and these characters, and I ended up actually really enjoying this. I will say I was kind of waiting for a turning point for it to take on a real horror sense. It doesn't really do that, but it does take a turning point in getting much darker. There is a very intense scene kind of towards the end of the film, of course, like the climax of the film, and then just the way that it ends, again, without giving any spoilers, is a little bit kind of crazy, and I liked it. I liked the way that the film ends and kind of wraps around from the beginning to end, and I enjoyed it. So if you have seen We Have Always Lived in the Castle, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big old thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button for more horror and spooky related content, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye!